All right. We should be good there. Oh, you got a new background and everything.
Yeah, I moved my room around a little bit.
Damn, it's podcast worthy now. Look at that.
Yeah, there's not so much shit in the background, so I was like, okay, let's get this set up.
Yes, sir. All
Been
right.
meaning to.
I'm gonna start off with the Challengers Cup.
The drama or what?
Nah, I'm just gonna
Or just like, okay,
yeah, just go over it real quick. I got the grand final scoreboard pulled up. Are you ready?
yep.
Alrighty. Is this full screen? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Duo Q podcast. I'm your boy Rev,
Going on, guys? Mordo here.
and we got a lot of shit to talk about. We had Challengers Cup, had a long weekend, some delays going on in the the first couple matches like usual.
That was
Um,
insane. How long? It was like what, two
Hour and a
hours or
half,
something like
two
that.
hours, something like that. It was ridiculous. But we're just gonna hop into it. We'll go over all the matches, talk a little bit about each one, and then we're gonna do our kind of like season tier list at the end. So this might be a little bit of a longer episode. So let's hop into it. First, obviously, we're just gonna go over challengers real quick. Honestly, some of the matches Saturday I didn't get to watch because I was playing in the Challengers Cup. Um, yeah,
That'll do.
went fantastic, dude. Went fantastic. We absolutely body bagged one team 3-0.
Hey,
So that was nice. And then we ran into Nick Mansions and like half a Shinto
uh,
Gaming, and that was fun. That guy says colorful things. I'll tell you what. Yeah, so that happened. Respawns. It was close in the HP. The S&D we almost took, and then map 3 we just kind of sold. It was a rough one, that map 3, but looking to build on it. Obviously, we didn't make it as far as these guys did. Um, so like I said, we're just gonna go over this real quick. I didn't really catch all of the grand finals because it was delayed so much because players playing on lands and delaying the cup. That tends to happen,
it's kind of insane that we're allowing this many. It's been every year.
dude. It's ridiculous at this point. I understand you want to get your name out there as much as possible. You want to win
Mhm.
some cash, get your name out there, get some reps out there. Lands do a lot of like the local land scene does a lot of the heavy lifting because challengers isn't really the greatest, but when it comes down to a cup, I think you have to take a back seat. You know what I mean? The challengers cups are really important. You can't just be forfeiting matches. I saw people having to forfeit cup matches because the PCs at the lands didn't have COD downloaded on them. So
It's
that's
kind of at this point, if you're looking and it's like you're really trying to get into the league, Challenger Cup is all you got, really. It's the
yeah,
only way to get your name out there. And to be honest, pros aren't going to look at anything. They're going to look at, oh, this guy's running challengers.
yeah,
That's all they're going to look at. Like, look at Mercules. He won like four in a row. And they're like, oh, this guy's gross.
yeah.
That's like, you just got to win them or at least get in the top four.
I understand. I understand that local lands do a lot of the heavy lifting in the community. Like I said, it's been known that Challengers isn't the greatest landscape for a tier 2 scene. That's
Still,
understandable, but when it comes to
yeah.
a cup, you just have to put the cup first because that's the only way that these people see you on stream, and you've got way more people tuning in, especially
There's people not streaming too. It's like, what are
yeah.
we doing?
Oh yeah, EU Challengers is a mess. Linz did some questionable things,
Yeah.
not allowing people to codcast grand finals because Beans was in the call and he's friends with the people they're facing in grand finals and he's worried about him giving them comms. I'm sure that's happening. Wow.
These are all people in the league before. I don't think
Yep.
they're gonna try and cheese their way up through a Challengers Cup.
Yeah, especially in EU Challengers Cup.
And Beans is good. This guy is gonna be back in the league.
Beans is in the league. Beans is on C9.
Oh shoot.
They were
Oh, he was watching,
He
right?
was he was in the
Because
call
Vance,
with Bance, and they
but
were
like,
worried because Beans is friends with the
yeah, my bad. But even Vance, like, I don't think Vance is one. Beans wouldn't do that, but two, Vance, I don't think he's trying to ask for that. He got some integrity.
no, yeah, that's not happening. It's just really odd. It's like,
From Lens too, it's like you're also another pro. Like I could see a random challengers kid trying
yeah,
to like tweak and try to cheese their way out of this, but I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but
no, that is, in
I don't
my
know.
opinion, it's beyond weird, dude. I mean, they did it
Especially for
the round before
Lens,
too.
I feel like that ruins your name more than winning anything
Yeah,
in challengers will help.
he was trying to say that they broke an agreement that they had prior. We don't mind Bance streaming as long as nobody. I think it's P7 is the org that they were playing in the grand finals. He said as long as nobody associated with P7 is in call with you, we don't care. Beans is not associated with P7. He's
Yeah,
in the league on C9. He's just friends with some of
so
those
odd.
people. That
Exactly,
has
so
no
odd.
correlation whatsoever. Because most of the pros are friends with each other regardless. It's
Exactly.
I mean that it's just ridiculous at this point. But yeah, as you can see, Bush took it all the way. I actually thought that Cabal was gonna take it because Cabal has looked insane. Um,
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of faith in Bush either. I'm not gonna lie,
yeah,
but I mean, it's some vets on there.
I mean,
They're gonna run,
I saw Spart hit the nastiest like turn on no scope ever.
dude.
That thing was ridiculous.
It's, some of the clips that people hit with the snipers makes you think it's like, okay, they're kind of right about it,
Yeah.
but it's still so entertaining. It's like we gotta keep it in.
The two Stallions teams. One went out top 32, I believe. That was the Stallions black team. The second team that was made, a couple of them were on local land and they were lagging the whole time. They said, I believe, and that was like a big reason that they lost, I think. And then the other one with Swooty and them went out top 16. They matched up against the number one seed, and I believe that's Wake and Yuli's team. And you know they're all former pros. That's a tough match to get.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm glad that Bush got it done. To be honest, I was expecting a top four, top eight from them.
same.
But they looked really good out there as far as I saw. I mean, as you can probably tell by the scoreboard, most of this was pretty dominant. I mean, that first map, oof. Um,
And for those players too, I mean, that's right where you want to be. You know, they want to get their name out there, be like, hey, we're dominating. No one can touch us.
yeah,
You would be the first line to pick up because I mean, I don't know if any teams are going to be looking for any changes going to
yeah.
Major One. I don't see any teams that are like lacking that far behind yet. But
And
when it does come to time, you just got to be ready.
one thing that it's probably been touched on a lot at this point, but obviously we need an expansion of the league because
Yes.
all the top like 4 to 8 teams are just literally full ex pros. Like all these guys have played besides Cabal, really besides Cabal. Like
Hmm.
that's an up and coming roster right there. You know what I mean? I think you need to make room for tier two to actually be tier two and have these other
And
pros back in the league.
I know we're gonna have a pro am. Was it Major Two this year?
I think so. I'm not sure.
It's a step in the right direction to have 16 teams there, but I mean, it's got to be a 16 team league minimum.
Yeah. Um,
This 12 teams just kind of not doing it for us. Even split into regions. We could have an EU, NA region,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
every other esports does. But
Oh man. So we're just gonna get off of this topic because you could say so much about
yeah, you
challengers
get
right
some.
now. I'm actually really excited to cover a lot of challengers this year. It's something that we haven't really done too much in the past, but being involved more and watching and paying attention more is it's really fun watching the tier two scene. I know that a lot of people don't do it and aren't really aware of it because they don't really market it at all. Um,
Oh, dude.
but it's
A
actually
lot of
really fun
a lot of
tuning down
talent
stuff.
there.
Yeah, there is, and a lot of weirdos that have been in there for 10 years, and just stick
Get behind.
around and talk the craziest stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get into the first series of the weekend, and we had Optic Texas versus the Riyadh Falcons, and I just gotta say, this was dominant. This was dominant.
This
This
was
was the
this.
Shotzi Merc show.
It's a mismatch for sure.
It was a mismatch, and we'll get into our opinions on the Falcons after this. But specifically, I think the biggest takeaway is Pred is the only one actually cooking on this team at all times. From what we've seen the first two maps, he's saved them in S&D several times, making the only plays.
His
Um,
I don't know, like his most recent match, his comms 2 and hardpoint, he's directing traffic, he's
yeah,
telling his teammates what to do. And it's like this is for Fred because he was dropped because he was kind of there having to tell him what to do.
yeah.
So for him to take up this leadership role, I like to see that out of Fred. That's actually good.
Celium not pulling his weight, man. I just gotta say that Celium is not pulling his weight.
And
It's
we saw this on Phase last year. There was
yeah.
moments where he was just lacking, and I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he can turn it around and find his form in here. But I don't know with how he was on Phase. It's kind of hard. Just I think he's becoming inconsistent or just playing for
I,
himself.
I don't know how to feel about Cell because I'm not a Cell believer. You know what I mean? I think that Abuza was an upgrade over Cell. If I'm being honest with you, when he was
I
playing on
agree.
Phase, I mean, when he plays Major One and he's pulling out a sub and he's running people down and he's truly flexing, that's when Cell is like truly great. He has the talent to be that good of a player and just to just slam people, but when it gets to the third major and that guy's literally not moving off of a single heady and not moving on the map and getting the lowest engagements just trying to get his 1.2, it's just a detriment to the team. I want to see a cell that pulls out a sub and gets active, to be honest with you. I mean, that's exciting to see. And
Especially with those players too. And Xnid, I know they
yeah,
give Xnid shit, but it's like he's running it down. He's running it
yeah,
down in his most recent match. I mean, he was frying that map one against Thieves.
yeah.
And Xnid will run it down, and Pred, Pred's gonna play Creddy. He's the creddiest player in the league, but he's also down to run it down and
Yeah. I mean,
getting some
MW3
corns.
champs, you saw Brett running it down the whole time, man. He's got that in his system, and he's shown a lot this year so far. Even though his team isn't showing it, he is. And I will say it comes down to the play styles. Like everybody's opinion on this before is they're uncomfortable playing with each other. I
They are,
mean,
they
you
are.
can't understand Celium at all.
Not at all. If
And
I can hear Xnid more than Celium, that's a
yeah,
problem.
yeah, and Kiz is
He's
clearly
uncomfortable.
not comfortable on an AR,
No,
and that's the main talking point really here is you figure they made Kiz the third AR because ARs are easier to come by in a sub like Kismet is not easy to come by. I watched Kismet pull out a sub like twice and start cooking and then pull out an AR right back and go on like a 4 death streak. It's
and I don't think it's necessarily that he wants to use the AR. I think it's the pacing. What
yeah,
I've seen, the pacing is so much slower that he's finding it like his timings aren't there with the sub as of right now. And I hope they can fix this. But we know Kismet's one of the faster subs in the league.
yeah.
He wants to get in your face and just he's a bulldog,
I think the
you
issue
know.
is they made it clear that they wanted Xnet on the sub instead of Kiz.
But I don't even see Xnid with the sub out half the time.
Yeah,
In the respawn, I mean, he's the AR out 24/7,
yeah,
and so I don't get there's three ARs on this team, and I want Kismet on the sub. I think if they figure this out, Kismet and Pred, it's kind of a weird dynamic there because Pred's not really like a Shotzi or Hydra player,
mm,
but I think if they can find their rhythm and play together more,
yeah,
it'll be better. And I think Xnid, I don't want to see Xnid on the AR. I think he's better on the AR. Just let him fry because I don't. He really doesn't know how to play the game. I'll be
yeah.
real, but
I
he
mean, give
actually he
Xnet
can
bomb.
fry. He
Yeah,
can fry, dude. This guy can shoot. He's tweaking around the map, but he's tweaking in a good way to getting kills. But when the other players aren't playing like fundamental COD,
Hmm.
Xnid gets even more lost. And I think they just got to play structurally sound and play together.
See, my opinion on this is give him the old Doug Sensor Martin treatment. Put him on bomb. Uh, let's give Kiz that sub and let him
Eh, Doug's kind
like
of dirty in
actually.
this game.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, you know what? Doug made it pretty far too, to be honest with you. And
We
that
might need
guy
to pick
does,
up Doug.
dude. That guy does anything to win, and he'll go double neg and still win. It's kind of crazy to watch.
You
Not
you
gonna
have to
lie.
tip Doug. Doug
Yeah,
has gotten probably more players in the league than anybody else.
true.
I mean,
Um,
this guy, he knows how to win.
but yeah, I think just overall disappointment, but expected disappointment out of the Falcons so far,
I will
and
say,
Optic performing well.
yeah, they did get slammed by Optic, but it was a complete mismatch. But I will say, I know I was jumping ahead into their other match, but I think they're piecing stuff together slowly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And we'll talk about more here in a little bit, but I don't think they're as bad as I expected, but they're not. Uh, they can be good, but they're now nowhere near that yet.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
And then on to the next match, which was Boston versus Ravens. My opinion is I'm going to keep this short and sweet, right? I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I think that Boston is upgraded tremendously with Nasty. I think Wake was a big thing holding them back last year and restricted them a lot. Nasty is gross. I'm going to probably make some people upset with my predictions on Boston this year with how high I have them.
Uh, I ranked them pretty high too. But I do think Carolina played not terrible. I mean, they were playing decent, but I just think it was a clear mismatch again in Boston. It's like, yeah, like you said, they upgraded and they kind of had that core there. And with Nasty, and we talked about how good Nasty was kind of last pod.
Mm-hmm.
I think uh, I think they're gonna be a real contender this year.
I just,
I want to see them win. I want to see them win an
yeah,
event.
so do
I
I.
think they can. I think they can, and I just want to see them pull it out. I know they're gonna get Sundays. It's a given.
I'm gonna make this very clear, very short, concise. I know you said you didn't mind how they played. I think these Ravens cats suck. I do not like this team
Really?
whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like this team at all.
You think they gotta make a change, or you think they or what?
I don't know if this is gonna come off as a haterish, but Nero is not my. He every year it seems that his teams just can't do anything. He's always on like a bottom team. He's always
Sure.
like cooking
He's
but never winning. And
that
he
is true. He's the
has
most inconsistent player in the sense of when he's popping, he's frying. He's like, where's his help? They're losing badly and he's frying, but whenever he's not frying, it's like, well, they barely lost.
yeah.
Like that's something I noticed about him over the years.
My big key takeaway is I believe every team Nero's on, like the Vegas Legion in MW3, like Minnesota Rocker last year, like Boston in MW2, all of them always go to map 5 and they always have the worst map 5 slash map 5 round 11 records I've ever seen in my life. And you
They
can
bottle it.
think about this real hard. Every one of those teams every year goes to map 5 every single series and always loses it. This guy's got like negative ice just like rolling off
I
the
mean,
dome.
at this point, he's dreading it. He sees a map 5 and he doesn't
Yeah.
want to spawn in. He's asking his teammates just to please to get him through this map, and there's just no ice, like you said. Yeah, and I've seen them
Yeah.
up 5-2 in the game 5 and bottle it.
It's just something about the. I mean, I look at these names and it just doesn't make sense in my head. But we'll see
I
what
get
they
it. I
got.
get it. I just think that they surprised me with how they play, I think is what it is. They
Mm.
were better than what I thought, which I mean they still get their ass beat, but it was I saw signs of life.
All right.
And I think and I'm a big slasher hater.
Really?
I'm a big slasher hater.
Damn.
But I as much as I like want to be like you gotta retire, he's
Slasher slow.
surprising me. He's retiring me and like he's like surprising me and he's doing pretty good. I think he's actually a solid player right now.
I will say on that exposure, I was thinking slasher slow the entire time because That
Okay,
man
yeah,
was lucky
but
getting cooked.
I can't even say anything for him. Exposure, I'd be the same thing. I hate that map.
I like
It's,
Slasher. I'm
it's
not gonna lie. I
I
do
don't
like
know.
Slasher.
But no, Slasher, he's been I like him. I like him. I think the team, I hope they can rally together, but something, and I swear it's just Royal Ravens together, all together, they can't ever seem to get over a hump usually.
Yeah.
They usually can never find Team Kim. It's like something on the Royal Ravens every year, the Team Kim issue. I feel like every time,
Mm.
never like a skill issue. So I hope that doesn't affect anything, and maybe it's a slasher camp. I come to think. I got
Uh,
theories, but
you know what?
I do have faith. I do have faith.
I'm really expecting this to be his last rodeo, to be honest with you.
I've
And
been
you
saying
hate
it
to
the
see
past
it.
3 years. Saying it the past three
Yeah.
years, but
Well, I think of it more in a sense that he gets dropped pretty fast. Um,
uh,
I'd hate to see that, but I just
you know, I actually kind of disagree with. Okay, well, at the beginning of the year, I was like, just drop slasher. Let's pick up someone and let's cook with this team. Now I'm kind of like slasher. Let's have one last year, command this team and try and get
I think he can do it. I just
something.
don't know if the team
Yeah,
around him will work out enough for it to look that way.
I don't know. I don't know. I think most definitely there's gonna be a team change around Major Two. I think they stick it through. Uh, I think they stick it through to like towards Major Two, and right before the Major, they probably make a swap
Yeah.
if things keep going. But I hope they turn it around. Like I said, I don't think any teams from what I saw got like shit on so bad that it's like make a change now.
I don't think that's happening regardless. On
Seen
to
it.
the
I've seen it
last
before.
series of Friday. The highly touted LAT versus FaZe Vegas. What I took from this is Abizi wasn't losing this. Abizi was not losing this. I'm gonna be real. Simp fried. That's that's nice to see. Yeah, oof. Draza didn't have the best weekend.
He's
Dude,
the
I don't even know.
only kind of, but at the same time as Draza, but he's the only kind of person I'm worried about on this team right now. Because I mean, Abu's in 04. The past 2 years, I've seen what they've done, and I've just the way they play the game, it's perfect. Like Abuza, you said, he'll pull out a sub, he'll get in their face. 04 does so much dirty work. He's like what everyone thinks Envoy is. 04 is better. I think
Oof.
he's a pack-a-punched Envoy. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
And
gonna disagree heavily.
people don't see it. People don't see it. But once this year's over in Vegas, I'm not even a Vegas fan. All right. But once they win two majors out of the year, people are gonna be like, holy crap, 04 is good.
I
Mark my
don't.
words, they're winning at least two. At least two.
No. Oh no. 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 No.
I
No. No.
promise you, at least
Not
two.
high on the
Simp,
team at all. And
Simp, the pimp is back. He's frying. He's frying. Is exactly what I said. All they need is Simp to fry. He's frying everybody. They can't touch this man.
yeah, he's frying
He's
everybody and
getting,
losing. Jesus.
he's getting unbelievable. He only lost to Vegas or to Thieves, okay, and that's Thieves. They've
He's
hack
been
punched him.
losing. He's been
Kenny's
losing.
been playing out of his mind. I will say, Kenny's been playing really, really well. I
I
won't
wouldn't
lie.
say out of his mind. I'd say he's playing average compared
Compared
to
to
what he
last
was.
year, it's out of his mind, dude.
um,
Out of his mind compared to
I'm going to
last year.
disagree heavily, real quick. I think 04 is a great player. I think on a different team he'd be great. I think if FaZe got Neptune, they'd be the greatest in the league, bro. I'm going to be real. Abuza, great.
I
Abuza, great. Draws, he's serviceable. 04 is not the player you pair with Simp. That is the most brain dead thing that I think
Okay.
anybody could
Well,
say. I
we'll talk.
think
We'll talk about this later. We'll talk about this later because I'm gonna tell you why he's better, but we'll have to get into their next match.
he plays too slow, and they both are not good hardpoint players, bro. I mean, let's be real.
Okay, their hard point is atrocious right now. We have to
Yeah,
talk about
this
Phase's
team
hard point.
this team, just like every other year, FaZe has struggled in the hard point since MW2, and it's because Simp took a big fall off in that category, and it's happened every year besides MW3 at the start.
This is a
Um,
different look though. Most of the time they're banging old and they're just playing. They're losing hard points just because they're
that
too
guy defaults
talented.
to
I
Hill,
feel like
bro. That guy defaults to
Yeah,
Hill, and
him and
04 is not
Abizi, they'll.
playing fast enough to, you know what I mean? Like,
But I will say, their struggles in hardpoint is a lot different than their struggles in hardpoint in the past. Like it looks like, because at least in the past, they're. outslaying and they're losing, and it's like, holy, y'all don't know how to play this game.
When
But at
I
the same
look at
time, it's
this
like
team,
they're killing everyone is different. This team, it looks like they don't know how to play hardpoint at all. Like you're saying, like they're not playing together. One player's slower than the other. Like the ARs aren't matching together.
yeah.
The subs aren't matching together. And what's weird is they go into S&D and the third game mode, and they all look like cohesive. Like
Well,
they're
yeah,
all playing
because they're all
together.
great S&D players. That's the issue with this team, and that's the issue with every
But
phase
even in the
roster.
new
They're
move,
all
they're
good.
playing together and they're like watching over each other. They're hitting routes. They're
Yeah, but
faking, and it's like,
that's just S&D. HP changes tendencies and
but
stuff like
it's
that. S&D is always the same, bro. S&D over the years has always been the same. And to be honest with you, um, look, this team is like a pack a punch Boston Breach from last year. I'm not gonna lie. This is a
no,
Neslo team. This
no.
is all they're gonna be capable of. They're gonna be shit at HP the whole year. They're gonna barely
Um,
win any overloads. They might be decent in overload. They're gonna be
what do you mean they
dominant in overload.
slammed an overload this weekend?
No,
The
they
second
didn't.
overload.
The
Okay,
second
the first
overload.
the first overload they got slammed. Okay, but okay, thieves. I'm gonna chalk it up to a BZ just wanted to be Sim's father. Okay,
I'm
that's all it
not. I'm
was.
not chalking it up to that. I think they'll be decent in Overload. I'll give you that right now. I think they'll be decent. Maybe like a top six Overload team. They're gonna be a top two S&D team all year, and then they're gonna be a bottom 12, 8 to 12
Ooh, they might be a
hard
top
point
one
team.
S&D team.
I was gonna say hard point team, but yeah, top two S&D team. They might be number one. They might be, but
Look,
their HP is gonna be world's worst, and their Overload's gonna be average.
the problem is if you're that good of an S&D team, you only got to win one hard point. You only got to win one hard
That's why I
point in
said
the
they're a
games,
Neslo team.
and the series isn't close. But what I'm saying is, they win one hard point, series isn't close. They're gonna find their rhythm in hard point. I promise you. Simp, Simp takeover mode.
Yeah,
Just
against
let
the bottom six
04.
teams, but not against the top six.
I promise you, they're winning two majors this year. Mark my words. We'll come back to this. Clip it.
We will come back to this. We will come back to this because I don't see that happening.
I think 04 is a pack a punch to Envoy, and I love Envoy. Envoy is one of my probably top five favorite players of all time, and I think 04 is a pack a punch to
Oof.
Envoy, and
Yeah, they both
I think
suck
they're
at
gonna.
HP. I can't take
Envoy's
this.
been cooking. Envoy's been cooking in HP.
I wasn't talking about Envoy. I was talking about 04 and Simp. They both
Okay,
suck at
Simp,
HP.
dude, Simp sucks because I don't want to see Simp in the hill. I want to see Simp with 24 seconds
They've got
every game.
serious pacing issues. I don't think like
It's bad.
with different sub duos, they do really well. You saw at Seattle last year. I mean, with different sub duos, they do really well.
It's kind of different. I can't compare because Simp is kind of he's not gonna walk in the hill and clear it out like a BZ will.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
BZ
He's
will
just
walk in the
gonna
hill, kill everyone, and the game's easy for him. Simp's not gonna do that, but Simp will make the map easier for his teammates to do that. I can see Abuza just killing everyone, can't even get the time.
Sim shouldn't be defaulting to Hill though.
I'm tired of seeing him do it. And like I said in last pod, I don't want to see Simp do it. I want to see him get max 20 seconds a game and just go fry. All he needs to
Exactly. That
do,
is,
he
and
has
I think he
teammate.
has the ability to do that. But you know what? For the past few years, he hasn't been doing that.
He hasn't, but I've seen him in this game, and he hasn't been defaulting to Hill as much. Which there's still moments against the Thieves he kind of was, because I think they're just
Yeah,
kind of getting dog walked. I think but Draza is getting fried. I think if Draza steps it up, which we all know Draza will, it's gonna be better. They're gonna be better at HP. I've seen it time and time again.
top
I'm an
six.
Optic fan. I've hated FaZe for how many years now, and I've seen them just pull out hardpoint wins that they shouldn't have. And it's like you're not a good hardpoint team, and all of a sudden they're a top four hardpoint team in the game. It's like how? How? You're just
I don't think they're. I don't
bottom
think in the
four.
past. No, 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 no. It's always they're controlling S&D.
No,
Especially
dude.
like the
And
past few years, they have not
MW2 at a
been.
certain point, they started winning hardpoints out of nowhere, and I thought they were awful.
And they won. Yeah, that. Well, hold on.
It
That's
was on
because
one
of
major.
Abizi. That was because of Abizi.
Okay, but I'm saying
Abizi was second in MVP voting. Abizi was him. Like, let's not get it
MW3.
twisted. The grand finals KDs. If you go look all time phase grand finals KDs, look who's
I
left
mean,
and look who's at the top. Abe is always carrying them
I
boys.
do think I've said this for the past 5 years. Abizi is better than Simp.
Yeah.
Simp has been slacking. maybe not 5 years, but like since MW2 season of BZ, I think BZ was probably the best player, one of the best players in that game.
Yeah, 100%.
It just didn't show because it just didn't show, unfortunately. I think MW3, BZ, mm, it was kind of harder, right? The rival is kind of harder on those maps. I don't think
Yeah,
BZ was the best player, and he kind of was solely rival. But for only using rival, not really pulling out MCW, I think he was probably still the best SMG in that game. A lot of
yeah.
teams would pull out 4 ARs at certain points. And then last year, again, a Beezy. That's all we talked about. I don't think anyone really looked at Simp. I didn't
Mm,
look at Simp. I thought Simp was like people talked like too highly of him, and he was barely around a 1.0. And I think a BZ definitely did right going to LATs. I think this team's gonna be good, but I think
yeah.
that
All right.
FaZe Vegas, I as much of a Simp hater as I am, they're gonna pull out something two majors, and you can disagree, but just wait.
It's not happening.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't even like them. I don't even like them.
I'm not saying you do. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
I
All right.
just know it's gonna happen,
It's
and I'm
not.
I'm kind of pissed. I'm kind of pissed that it's gonna.
It's not. It's not. It's not. So I'm
It
happy.
will. It will.
All right. We'll move on to the Saturday. We'll try to get through Saturday pretty quick because we've already been in
It's
here
gonna.
30 minutes.
Oh
Um,
shoot.
we'll move on to the battle of the Spanish orgs. This rivalry gets nasty.
This is a nasty rivalry.
Aroma obviously tweeting some crazy stuff. Bro, did you see the Methods response, the coach of Miami Heretics, to what Aroma said about Trakes?
Wait, no, I didn't even see that.
Oh man, I can't repeat it. I can't repeat it. But if you
I'm,
go
I'm
over
gonna have
to
to,
Aroma's
yeah, I have
tweets
to look this up
on
after.
Trakes, and then you go to the replies from the coach Method Zick from Heretics, he calls he says he's a son of a something.
Oh no,
Talks about his mother. Yeah, oof. The first Scar hardpoint looked awful. It was rough. It was
bad.
they didn't get a point until like after 150, I think. It was
I thought the
rough.
series was over there. I thought the series was over there.
Oh, I'm surprised they took map 4. I mean, I couldn't believe that they were even.
I had no faith. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought it was not possible. I turned the series out. I came back and it was still going. I was like, what happened? I had to
Yeah.
rewind.
My surprising thing was they gave Jamie Insight the MVP for this series, which is crazy to me because that guy was, bro. I no Jamie Insight hate, but like he's great when he pulls out a sub and he just starts sprinting people. But sometimes he just has that Celium factor where he's just like,
And I don't get it. I don't get it because he's always been in Cold War. The game was completely different, and he was the slower AR.
yeah,
But I felt like after, like in MW2, he wasn't like. I mean, yeah, the game was slow, but I don't think he was like the slowest AR in that
yeah,
game. And now it just feels like every time I watch his
dude,
POV, it's like a minute goes by and he's in the same spot.
yeah.
It's like, did this guy move?
Dude. All
Especially in
I'm
these
gonna
kind of
say,
games, you have to just move.
yeah. All I'm gonna say is I was really doubtful on the Kleenex Flex. I was really doubtful on that one. I did not think that was a good idea. That's one of the most impactful players in the league going to an AR. That's kind of wild to me. But this guy is 80 and 80. Like those engagements on an AR is crazy. That guy's still running it down, and I think
That's good though.
as soon as these guys start meshing, I think this team is just going to be ridiculous. Especially if Insight has one of those majors where he's just like, I'm going to pull out the sub and just run with my boys. This team could be scary, honestly.
I want Insight to be that I don't give a fuck player
Yeah,
and kind of run at someone because right now he definitely cares and cares a little bit, and I don't know what kind of shook him because he never. I feel like he always had like this kind of chip on his shoulder, like, wait,
yeah,
where did this kid come from? He's kind of gunning, and now he's kind of playing a little lax. But I do like Kleenex because Kleenex is all often underlooked, but he will run anyone. He ran the Tiny Terrors. He'll run anyone. Like
yeah,
he's not scared, and he's on. He's one of those subs that's like goes under the radar with how good he is and how impactful he is and how do it all he is.
yeah. All right, we'll move on to the second match. Um, Not much to really say about this one. We'll just get this out. quick, clean.
I mean, Gentlemates were playing with their food on that final match.
Yeah, dude, I watched Envoy pull out the bullshit.
The- And he was doing it the whole match. Like he didn't care. He was double neg at one point, and he was still using
he
it.
he was he was
They
it
they knew
was.
they knew this team wasn't.
I mean, Legend looks awful. I mean, obviously, given it's his first few stints.
He was. I think map one he was shooting a little bit. He was shooting, which I like to see, but he's just not playing correctly.
Dude, 5K damage. I mean, oof.
I don't know what because I don't even know. Gwen looks good. I think Gwen is
Gwen
really good, but he
always
needs some
looks good
help.
in the kills department, and you always
And I
think he needs help. You never really know whether he's just baiting everybody on the team or what.
this year I'll say he's not baiting. I'm seeing him running into hills and getting
I
three,
mean,
and it's
yeah,
like
he's got the most engagements on his team by a wide margin. So
I
I
think
also wouldn't say the same thing this year, but he's gonna need some help because this is a rough roster.
I think they give it a major, and if I'm Gwen, I'm looking. I don't know if he like
You can't give this a
try to go
major.
to another team or whatever, but
Nope.
it's like, dude, this isn't gonna last. This team's not lasting. This is the only team that I think will make a change, and I think they're gonna stick it through Major One. But I think after
Um,
that, when they get top 12, they gotta
I'm
go.
gonna heavily disagree with you here because I think this is one of those we committed to it. We're gonna see through it. I think this. Unfortunately, I think they picked up Lunars, Abe, Gwyn, and Legend. They're like, we wanted to team with him. We got to give him the shot. And I think
I've
this is
been
unfortunately going to be one of those. Let's ride it out till the end.
I've been proven wrong with LA Thieves and MW3.
Hmm.
I was not a firm believer in that team at all. I
That's a
thought they should
lot
blow it
different
up.
than this, though. Ooh.
But at the end of the year, they proved it wrong. I don't think this team will do that. I don't think this team will
Yeah.
do that. I think this team, like you said, I think you're right because they have said that their high hopes of getting better, and it's like I don't know how you have these high hopes, but I'm good for y'all. But and this is the beginning of the game too. Teams are only going to get better,
Yeah.
and I don't think them having to learn so much is really going to help. But I'd like to see them prove me wrong.
Mm.
I don't think they're going to win anything.
Dude, I love
I
Gwyn.
think
I hope he proves
I'd
me wrong.
love same. I think Gwen's a really good player. It's really the other players for me that I really can't
Yeah.
get behind. And
100%.
that's why I say I'd like to see a team change and I'd like to see Gwen somewhere else.
All right. Let's move
Or
on.
they drop someone and bring back TJ Halley and we get a master class. Bring the circus back. It's just me. It's just me.
I'm not trying to see TJ and Gwyn on the same team again, bro.
Oh, they might get worse. Let's drop Lunars for TJ Halley and let's just see what
No.
happens.
Jesus.
Just see what
Oh my
happens.
God. All right.
They
The
might beat
rocker
Falcons.
G2, I guess, not rocker anymore, and then Cloud9. Um, I'm gonna put this way. I was surprised that Cloud9 performed so well.
Same.
Afro was cooking. I mean, 106. That's they were getting to get these teams were running it down. These teams were both running it down.
They were battling. This was war.
Yeah, I will say, I really like this G2 team. I think Mamba is going to be
Hmm.
the front runner for Rookie of the Year, unless you see somebody in Challengers get picked up in Major 1, Major 2. I think Mamba is going to be the clear runaway candidate for Rookie of the Year. I think, especially against Optic and like Map 1, he showed us that he can shoot against these really good teams, and he can do it at a high level. I love the Estriel Crimp combo.
Estriel's
Estriel,
really stepped it up this year.
I don't think so. I'm gonna be real with you. I think.
What?
Hold
I
on. Let me
think,
put it this way. I think that Estriel had this last year at the beginning of last year, and then Kenny ruined it all.
yeah,
I'm gonna be real with you.
yeah,
After Kenny joined that team, they stopped winning any games, and Estriel took a nosedive. I don't know what
he did.
happened, but it's something about the way that Kenny plays or something. He didn't like him. I don't know what. But I think that Estriel got screwed last year because he had this in the tank last year. I love Estriel. This guy fries. I love Kremp too.
Crimp is good.
They, this team cooks. This team cooks. I
Crimp
love
is
it.
solid. Crimp's a shooter too. Crimp is like, you don't think he's gonna be a shooter, but he's a shooter.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I think Israel, and like you said, yeah, he did kind of take a nosedive, and I think his stock went down a little bit. So it's kind of you are looking at it as like, oh wait, he is way better than. But yeah, like you said, at the beginning of last year, he was really good. But I think even before Kenny came in, I think he was taking a nosedive. I think that team they were falling downwards. They couldn't keep up, and maybe it's not you can't just wasn't. So it's not clearly him, but I do think Estriel's really good right now, and I think I like the way he's playing. I like the way G2 is playing. Mamba definitely the best player on that team, and like you said, rookie of the year. I fully back that, and I think even if someone gets picked up, unless they're the grossest player we ever seen, Mercules 2.0,
Yeah,
it's Mamba. It's Mamba all year, and I
yeah,
I want to see them do good. Like they're another dark horse team. Them in Toronto, and I think G2 can really compete with the top four.
yeah,
I think if they keep it going, and Skies. I mean, Skies had a bad year, whatever. But we know what Skies is capable of.
yeah.
You know, he's a world champ.
I think if anything, I think the two players I'd say that probably get picked up from obviously this is like just a total like shot in the dark here. Nobody ever knows who's gonna get picked up from challengers, but I think Kips and KB on KB's on Cabal, I believe. I think those two are
Kips is a good shout. Um, every call I join and challengers, Kips is
yeah,
the first name brought up. Everyone's talking about him right now. Pros definitely have them on their mind. I mean, they're not looking at anybody, but I'm saying if it
yeah.
comes down to it, he's gonna be on a lot of minds.
All right.
I mean, TJ Hallie's gonna sneak his way back in.
Dude,
Mark my
he will though.
words.
All
He
right,
will.
on to the Sunday first match. Obviously, we had the Falcons versus LAT. This one, map one, really surprised me to be honest, but it didn't last very long after that.
I
Um,
mean, it just Extended was shooting. Extended Predator, they were shooting.
yeah,
It's really all it was.
dude, Pred is such a
Uh,
hard carry.
Dude, I mean, he looked visibly upset at his team not knowing how to play the game.
Yeah.
I will say in the S&D, dude, they gotta just stop playing Den, I think.
I I
I think
think
altogether.
I think this goes to show. Let me put it this way. They shouldn't have got that map one, and I think the only reason they got that map one is because Hydra's the only person using a sub on that map the whole time. I honestly
That
think
is
that's what it
true.
comes down to. Is he's the only player trying to run a sub on Scar, and you can only do that in certain situations because if you're just like getting ripped across the map, you just can't do anything. Just pull out an AR, Hydra, please. I honestly
You can
think
tell
that's
he's
the only
forcing
reason.
it.
Yeah, he was.
Uh, and you can also tell these, I mean, they're going into it, they think they're gonna slam. They've probably played them in scrim, slammed them.
Yeah,
And so you could tell in their comms when they're listening, they sounded like frantic until they calmed down and then they came back and it was like,
yeah.
oh, what's going on? But Falcons pulled away with it. Again, even if it's a map that they shouldn't have won, they won it. And I think it's not really teamwork that they wanted off, just kind of individual performances out of
Yeah.
everyone, which is better than nothing. I'm glad that they can have some skill there and pull out something. I mean, you have three world champs on there. I just think, like we said earlier, that they can find some teamwork. They could be decent.
I'm not worried
Like
about this team.
their ceiling, I think, is high, not super high. I think it's like a potential Sunday, but I mean, they have to get their teamwork together. And who knows? Who knows? They could surprise us with a major, but I don't see it until they start playing together. Because right now, everyone's all over the place. Nobody on that team is pacing well together,
You're talking about
except
Falcons?
for yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna say I don't. I'm not worried about that team making a Sunday. I'm gonna be real. I'm not.
As of right now, they're not making a Sunday.
I'm not worried about the team making a Sunday. I mean, Kiz looks like he's in hell, and I don't blame him because yeah,
And I was a big like believer on Kiz that going into next year, he got to choose his team wisely because I mean, I wanted to see him on phase with Simp.
I think this
I'm
Hexagon
not gonna lie.
project might come to an end if they don't
If he
pull it
can't learn to
together.
play the game, if he can't learn to play the game, we got to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who they pick up.
Uh, Dude, I hate
DJ
to say
Halley.
it, but like Scrap and Hydra, I've already talked about it really, like going over there. And a Scrap, Hydra, Selly, and Pred is just like, I think that team is just not going to work out. I think it'd be hilarious to see those four. Like, I think the talent on that roster is crazy, but it's
I
like, how many
think
kill horrors can you have on one team, for fuck's sake?
I think they'd get to the point to where, because they're making so much money if you go to Falcons,
Yeah.
it'll get to the point where, and Scrap has already talked about it. I know he says he cares more about winning. If you're on that roster, there's gonna come to a point where they're just like, we're getting ran, is what it is. We're getting all this money. We don't care. Let's
Yeah.
just finish out the season. They're gonna have fun, and so that's the only thing I don't want to see them out because this is potential like Hall of Famers, like
Yeah.
Hydra Scrap. I just want to see them win, and this is their best roster to do it. They have a champs winning roster,
Yeah,
and
that's the sad thing about this roster right now, though, is I think Fred's the only one that's got really that fire in him to be like, I'm sick and tired of people thinking down on me and being dropped, and
I think Pred he's really showing out, and it's early stages of the game, but Pred's a player that has never gotten stagnant
yeah,
or fallen off, other than last year. But he took a break, and he wasn't even playing during the break, which I hate that he wasn't doing. But I get it. I mean,
yeah.
he's in Australia. We don't know his struggles, so I'm not going to speak on that. But
We got some hints.
yeah. But years prior, I mean, he's always gotten better.
Yeah,
I mean, Vanguard and MW2, this guy was insane. Was just a player that is like, holy shit, how is he doing this half the time?
yeah.
And I think, I mean, I don't know. I hope the other players can rally behind him. If not, I hope he lands somewhere good with somewhere.
All
I just want to
right,
see him win.
we're gonna move on to the second to last match. Oh, this one was oof. This one was a doozy. I don't even know what to say. This was just two teams battling back and forth. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think you got the best phase and the worst gentlemates um, in this matchup. It was really weird. Um, Obviously, they were
I
getting
disagree.
point clubbed in HP, and then slamming in the S&Ds. I mean, this is what you expect to see out of a phase win this year, is
I don't
them slamming
I
in the
don't think we
searches.
saw I don't think we saw the worst gentlemates. I mean, obviously gentlemates they slammed on uh on the HPs. It was not close, not
Yeah,
close one bit. Um, but I think the S&Ds is a master class out of phase. They were picking them apart. It wasn't close. Gentlemates
they
looked
won
lost. Like
three out of 12 rounds. I mean,
I bet phase is just doing everything. Like if you look at the rounds, it was truly like nothing was working, and it wasn't because just timings or anything. It was like they were truly just getting
outclassed.
slammed, outclassed. And I think even in the third game mode, they got outclassed again. I do think there you're kind of got a point. I think Gentleman's played it wrong. I kept seeing
Yeah,
them rotate to the wrong side of the map several times,
yeah.
and I was like, "What?" I was like, "How are we getting faked here?"
Um, yeah, I'm keeping with the opinion that this is probably like this is where you're gonna see the low form of gentlemates is they're gonna lose against these top six teams um, that can Neslo you.
I just
I
gotta
think
focus on S&D.
I'm gonna keep it straight. The reason I say that it's like the worst version of gentlemates is because they looked atrocious in S&D, but you kind of expect them to be damn good in S&D. They've been doing really well in S&D so far. Obviously, it's a bit of a I think a bit of a mismatch when it comes to phase, but Ghosty for the past few weeks of the game, the first few weeks of the game, he's been cooking something different, and I think you just saw like a worse form of Ghosty today, a worse form of Envoy and Sib, and Sib had a couple. He had a stinker in there. So
I disagree only because of how dominant those HPs were. If it was truly an off day, HPs wouldn't look like that. I just think in S&D, I think FaZe paired up well. I think they just paired
I
up well, and because it was just fully a counter. Like it's not like they were playing. It's not like Gentlemates did anything different on this day. They were just getting countered, getting slammed. There were a couple of nades that were just like, damn, that sucks.
See, you're working off the opinion that the HPs were so wide in margin that it wasn't an off day. I think that's just phase being bad at HP. That's the difference in my opinion and yours. I just think that like any
I don't even think
top
so,
three
because
team would do that to them. That's just my
I
take
don't
though.
think so. Because I mean, Genomates were shooting. I mean,
Well, they were.
Neptune was walking in front door, getting a two piece,
Yeah.
and just breaking the hill open. Like this is phase that have shooters. Simp is getting world start on hill. Simp was frying, I will say, but the rest of the team, like we've said many times, just aren't. They don't have that cohesion yet.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a mismatch in S&D, and Genomates is a good S&D team. That's why I say that's not just an off day. I think it was just a mismatch. FaZe is clearly much ahead, and I really think that they're not gonna look at that like it's an off day. They're gonna go back in the lab and they're gonna work on that because they got slammed. You don't get slammed like that and look and say it's just an off day.
I think that's an off day. That's oof.
Ah, no. If I'm looking at them, I'm either going back in VOD or I'm permabanning Den S&D, and they're a good Den S&D team. But
Yeah. All right.
so
Well,
they're gonna go and work on it. I promise you.
yeah. All right, we'll go to the final match. I'm not gonna lie, this map one, I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Shotzi looked pretty bad the map one. Then he kind of woke up after a little bit of that raid S&D. Merc clutched
Dude.
a lot of rounds in that S&D. I'll tell you what, that I think it was a 1v3 ninja defuse on like he
Yes.
killed the first guy. Dash E got picked I think after that, and then he just diffuse bomb right under their noses because Sky doesn't stay top window for some reason. Don't know why. But that was hilarious watching. It really was hilarious to see that. And
It's
then it was
just
just like, oh, we're back. See ya. And it was there's nothing to really say about this, to be honest with you. It was just like, oh, we can't take these guys that little, and then just
they're kind of scared of Mercules, I feel like.
oh yeah,
Because in those clutches, dude, I swear they're like it's Mercules. Let's group. Don't
yeah.
leave anything open. Check everything. And it's like wow, they're actually scared.
I thought it
'Cause
was
like
hilarious because Shotzi was literally just running mid map with knife in hand and just like I don't
getting
care.
caught out. And
Yeah,
he would get caught out with knife in hand, and you would see in his player cam, he looked shocked. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And he
yeah.
does the same thing next round, and I was like, "This guy's gotta stop."
He's just
But
trolling at this
he
point.
didn't
He's
care.
just no. He's actually dead ass just trolling, working on like timings and stuff, trying to see what works.
He honestly is, and I think another thing is he's got Mercury, so he's dying. He's like, "Let me go watch the best player in the game.
Yeah,
Let me look at his POV." I'd do the same.
yeah. All right.
I know Merc's got me.
Yeah. There's not much to say about this series other than the first map surprised me, and then they just were like, "That's not gonna happen." See ya. All right. Let's get this tier list. Ah, obviously, I'm gonna put Optic in S tier. We agree on that.
Yeah, they're number one team right now. I want to say it's not close, but I think it's closer than we think. I
I
think
think,
Thieves and Gentlemates aren't too far off
yeah.
from catching up to them, but they're not there yet.
With
And
that being
I think
said, I think that Thieves and Gentlemates are the only A tier teams right now.
yes,
Okay.
I I think second and third, even with Vegas beating Gentlemates, I don't think it puts them above them or at the same level. I think they're just barely below, but they're still rounding off the top four.
Yeah.
I guess you got to throw them in A just because it's top four. Because
Yeah.
but bottom tier of A, and it's really like I think if they played Gentlemates again, different map set. Don't challenge
And
them
you're
on
gonna heavily disagree with me on this one
what.
because I think the next two teams are a mashup between KOI and Breach.
Really, I think it's G2 and Breach.
Really, I just don't see G2 hanging with this Ultra team. I'm just gonna. I
I don't know.
can't.
We have to see them play. When did they play each other? Because this could this could change very
It
drastically.
could.
Because Miami looked good too, and I had them lower than initially how I thought they could. But this Toronto G2, it's kind of hard. I need to see them play each other to kind of gauge. But I do have fifth. Boston Breach is fifth. Just put that there.
Boston Breach is
I
fifth.
think I think they're the fifth best team in the league. I just think you know, they were good at the end of the year last year.
Who's your fourth team?
Vegas.
I'm put.
Vegas is not
I'm putting Boston Breach over Vegas.
Vegas is not losing to Boston Breach.
I
I
think they
promise you.
are.
I promise you, Simp is putting Snoopy
Dude,
down.
I sure Simp can put Snoopy down.
Simp will put
Purge is
all
just gonna
four of
be
them
running them
down in the
down.
dirt.
Purge is gonna
Oh
be
four,
running them
dude,
down.
you don't put enough respect on oh 04.
Purge is
I'm
gonna
telling
run that
you,
boy down.
I'm telling you, oh 04 Twin is so much better than what you think.
Nah, Purge is. I'm gonna be
Oh
real.
04's got aura. Oh 04 when he's walking up on the stage with that BBL, it's just aura, dude.
Nah,
It's
Purge
like,
got
holy,
aura, bro. We're lying here.
no, no, no.
Look,
I look, Boston, they're gonna have a number one team pack again this year, given. And they're gonna be top five. They're gonna make a couple of Sundays, I think. They're good. I thought they were gonna be good. They surprised me and they're better than what I thought. Okay. And I already had them as being a top six team. I think they're top five currently.
okay,
I just don't see them beating FaZe.
I do. So for my
Don't.
tier, I would have Optic, LAT, Gentle Mates. Obviously, Optic and S, LAT, and Gentle Mates in A. And then B tier goes as follows: Breach, FaZe, KOY, G2. That's how I would have it. You would have it FaZe, Boston, G2, KOI, correct?
FaZe, Boston, G2, Koi. Yeah, but G2 and Koi may be interchangeable just
Let's.
because it's
I'll,
hard. It's hard to gauge these two teams right
I'll
now.
back off. I'll back off. FaZe can be fourth. They can be
They
top of
they
B tier.
have to be
They can
fourth
be
right now.
top of B tier, and then Boston, and then KOI, then G2 for B tier.
We'll have to run this right before the major again, see if anything changes. But
Yeah.
I don't see the top four just being anything outside of that. But I will say Boston's a close fifth, and I'll say any team under Boston is kind of another echelon. Like I think these teams are top five given, and I don't think they're losing unless it's a very, very close series against any of the other teams.
Really, I honestly, to be honest with you, I see KOI slamming FaZe once or twice. You know what I mean?
I don't see
Like
them slamming. I see a game five. I
I've
see them winning both
I've
hard points
seen
and
I've seen Insight and Kleenex run Simp into the ground a couple of times, and now they got Joe
that's what I said.
Deceives and Real.
Kleenex Kleenex just runs these people, dude. These top talented people. Kleenex doesn't care. He'll run them. I've seen
Bruh,
him run Shotzi. I've
I don't
seen him
know
have
because the
Shotzi on a leash.
dude, this team is so nasty.
I'm
Like,
telling you, the only man to leash the bulldog is Kleenex. People don't know. He's
I
the only man to do it.
all right.
Okay, here we go. December 14th, we get Vegas versus Koi.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
that's gonna really shake up our tier list, I think.
Also, cutting in here, I have surgery this Thursday, obviously in a few days. I'm not 100% sure I'll be able to be on the pod this weekend. Um,
All good. Recovery comes first.
well, yeah, I'm gonna have big tampons in my nostrils, so I don't know if I don't know if I'll be showing
Yeah,
up to that one.
I don't blame you. If I have
Um,
to run it solo, I will.
I don't, I can get someone to sub in. Like, that's not a
Bet.
problem or anything.
Okay, bet. There will be a pod for everyone.
Yeah, we will definitely. If I gotta show up with tampons in my nose, I gotta show up with tampons in my nose. You know what it is. It's gonna hurt like a mother. I'm gonna be talking through my. Dude, I don't even know how that's gonna work. I'm actually really nervous about that because I don't know how I'm gonna breathe at night. You know what I mean? I'm not a mouth breather. I don't breathe through my mouth whatsoever. That's it. I was talking to my wife. I was like, dude, what if I just like can't breathe in the middle of the night and I just die in my sleep?
You'll definitely be able to breathe through your mouth.
Yeah, I just like thinking about it. Bruh. All right.
That's crazy. You just don't breathe through your mouth at all. Like
No, not really.
you've never been like, wait, am I breathing right now? And you just started breathing heavily through your mouth.
No.
What? You ever do
Yes.
that though?
No,
You're like,
that's
wait, do I breathe? And you just start breathing like manually.
no. Whenever I think about breathing, I just need to take a deep breath through my nose. I don't think about breathing through my mouth.
Really?
Yeah. All
You can
right.
definitely breathe through your mouth though.
I know I can. It's just like nerve wracking, and you're gonna have like your nostrils plugged up like that, surgery and everything cutting you open.
That's true.
It's kind of nerve wracking. But yeah,
That
let's
is.
let's finish out this tier list. Sorry to interject there. Just letting everybody know I'm not gonna be here possibly next weekend.
Let's get some good comments. Good luck in your surgery. Everyone spam comments down below.
Appreciate it.
It's good.
Appreciate it. Okay, for C tier, I want to put Cloud9 at the top of this.
I can get behind that.
I want to put Cloud9 at the top of C tier. Um,
What about Miami?
I, dude, I
Do you have them over Cloud9 right now
no,
or below?
I have them below. I have them
Okay, they
below.
also
I
play on
really
the
like
14th.
I really like Rancor and Metals. I really do. I think Super can turn it up. I think he's a great search player. I think Trex is not Real, and that's really what's setting them back.
Real's such a good player too.
Yeah.
I know it hurt when they lost him, but I mean,
Bro, they
Corey was
had consist. That's what they needed to be honest. In order to compete last year, they had consistent slang and pressure out of Rancor and out of Real, and then they had S&D master classes out of Super, and then you had Metals doing all the dirty work because he didn't have to do anything else. And when he turned up, you felt the impact because he's
oh
sprinting at
yeah.
them, just piecing.
I mean,
Um,
they almost beat Optic at EWC. I
yeah,
mean, it was close. It was the only difference literally was Mercules being Jesus Christ himself. If
yeah,
that's not the case, it's like, dude,
dude.
they would have beat Optic. They were very, very close.
Yeah, they were.
I was worried for a second. I had to look away from my monitor.
I just can't have them above these other teams right now just because Trake's, he didn't look good his first match. Obviously, it's his first
They
match.
didn't
They
mesh well
didn't
with the
have
team.
practice. They didn't have a lot of practice. They're dodging scrims. They're dodging optic and scrims.
Yeah, why? They
Uh
said what they say. We have a match in 2 weeks.
no, yeah, yeah,
A
hold on.
league match in 2 weeks.
Dashi put that out there, said they denied them because they had a league match in 2 weeks, right? And then a content creator on Heretics said, like, that's not what happened. We flew in last week and they wanted to scrim us the day we were flying in, and that's what happened. He was missing the second half of that story because they tried rescheduling the scrims and got ghosted. So that was a lie. They did not want the smoke for a match in 2 weeks, which is really weird. It's an online match. If you're taking those to that extent, you must really need your pro points, and you are worried. You are heavily worried.
Get
And
it?
that's
I feel like it's that kind of Spanish culture, and it's like if they're not where they want to be, they don't want to show it.
yeah,
They kind of want to hide. I mean, it's like doesn't matter. You got to get ran in scrims.
yeah.
I'm telling you, Boston Breach. I guarantee you, they probably got ran in scrims. That probably countless times. I know they were getting ran by Optic last year, but
Mm,
they're the number one team scrimming Optic, and they got third at champs.
yeah.
And it's like you just got to take an ass beating and learn from it. And
I
I will say losing is the best way to get better.
yeah.
And if you're constantly losing to the best team in the game and you can adapt some things that they're doing to, like if you're getting beat over the ass with a belt, right?
Yeah.
You try and adapt, take the belt.
Mm,
And Boston did that. And I, like you said, I don't have them over phase right now, but I will say that they could be. They could enter a top four team, and I think it's the first time
uh,
in a long time we see a team that's not consistently top four be in the top four.
I think last year was their only shot after losing Real. Like,
Yeah, Miami, I don't think they're gonna, like you said, yeah. I have them, I don't know. Cloud9 was really good. I think you're right. They're under Cloud9 right now.
I think this Cloud9 looked pretty good against G2. It looked fairly even. I think G2 edged them out a bit, so I think G2 is clear, and G2 can obviously compete with some teams. They look pretty good, and I think G2 and Cloud9 are almost equivalent to each other, and
I can see that.
I
And
think
it's
the only
just
reason they were competing with Heretics were competing with KOI was rivalry cheese. I'm not gonna lie to you.
maybe so.
But I think those two teams are the only teams in C tier. I think the other three are in D tier. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I think,
Mm,
go ahead.
I want to say Falcons put them in C tier, but they're
I
giving
was
me no hope. They're giving me no hope,
I was
and it's
thinking
like
about it, but
I want to put them there, but at the same time, it's like you're getting slammed.
yeah,
You and it's one of those things. It's your D tier, but you have hopes for a B tier.
they only won one map, and it was kind of fluky to be honest with you.
They won one map, and I will say it was off of talent not playing the game right.
Yeah,
They
it
didn't
was
play the
off of
game right.
Hydra keeping a sub out the whole map. I think is literally what it came down to.
I mean, I don't even think it's just that. I just think they were frying.
They had a couple rancid
And
spawn outs, I think, too, on that scar.
Thieves came out flat, obviously,
Yeah,
and even then, Thieves brought it back, and they made it close. And Falcons still just barely pulled out. And then when Thieves weren't flat, I mean, the rest of the series wasn't close.
yeah,
But I will
um,
say it's just in that they were frying, and the talent's clearly there on every player.
yeah,
But if they can't play together, they're not gonna do anything. But I can
yeah,
see them out talent a couple of the bottom tier teams.
yeah.
That's the
You know,
only reason I wanted to put them in C, because I can see them out talent like Miami. I can see them out
yeah,
talent the other teams. But at the
yeah.
same time, who knows? Who knows?
They did play two really good teams. Two of the literal top two teams. So it's no surprise they got packed up. I think we just haven't seen enough of them against worse teams. You know what I mean? Like you face two of the top two teams, you're getting packed up as a bottom team. The issue is you didn't see any talent out of anybody besides Pred. I think, which is
Yeah,
ridiculous to say on that team. I just think that like, sure, they could give Heretics and Cloud9 a run for their money, but I think when it comes down to it, um,
it
it's
doesn't even matter even if they do, because
yeah,
it's not where you want to be in this roster.
yeah.
You don't want to be battling for top eight.
They really are. I think regardless, they're gonna be a 8 to 12 team no matter what happens.
They're gonna be battling for that top side of the bracket, and
Yeah,
it kind of sucks. But it's like I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know what to say because Celium's not good right now. Kismet's not comfortable. XNet is awful.
hmm,
And it's like even when he's frying, doesn't matter. He's not playing the game the right way.
yeah. I think
S&D, he's lost. He's completely lost.
yeah. I think regardless of anything, yeah, they're solidified 8 to 12. And I think we can both agree that Ravens and then Seattle are the bottom two.
Yeah, yeah. And Seattle's the only team that I look at and I'm like, I
Might
don't,
be an F
I don't
tier.
know.
Matter of
I don't
fact,
know what's going on with this team, and I don't know if it's gonna get better. Every other team, like I said, with Ravens, I saw some hope. I saw some hope. I saw some things that I liked. I think they could get better. I think they could win some matches that they're not supposed to. Right? I think almost every team can win some matches they're not supposed to.
yeah,
And that's the only thing keeping me going with this year. It's like, damn, this year might be different. It might not be a top four heavy year.
yeah. You didn't see what I just did, but I added the F tier and put Seattle in there.
But that's valid. That's valid. They're F tier, and I don't think it solely relies on Legend. I don't think it's just him
Nope,
not knowing how to play.
nope.
It's none of them are playing correctly.
Yep.
Gwen, I think Gwen's trying, but it's not enough. And I think Gwen's playing good right now, but we've seen him kill Horde in the past when things get
Yeah.
tough just to save his stock, and I don't want to see that because if that happens, the team's really cooked and it's
Oh
it's
yeah.
not going to look good.
100%.
And it's unfortunate that you look at the team and Gwen's the vet.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is still a player that you're looking for that was like a rookie of the year, and you're looking for him to be
I let's keep it a buck, right? Legend is on this
who's that
team. He
there, bro?
doesn't know how to play COD. Every before the CDL and even into the CDL, you always need to have a vet to teach a younger player how to play the game. Gwyn doesn't even know how to play the game as is, and he hasn't for years. He's really talented, but you cannot look at me and tell me that Gwyn is a vet and he can teach a younger player how to play the game properly because he baits his team when things get hard. He doesn't know how to play for the win. He doesn't know how to win. He doesn't know how to
I'm not
get a
saying
Sunday.
they need a slasher. All right.
Yeah.
They need they need someone who can come in the game and is like holds them accountable is I think what it is, and it's like, look, you're playing wrong. We gotta fix it. This is bad habits. You don't want these players building bad habits is really what it is.
Yeah.
And I think we just I'm honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's not even me trolling at this point. I think we have to bring in the pioneer. I think TJ Halley has to come in. All right, their S&D will be
Um,
godlike. Their S&D will be godlike.
bro, I'm not running
All
with this
right.
agenda, bro. I'm not
TJ
running with this
Halley, you
agenda,
know what
bro.
he's giving you? He's giving you a point .9 in every respawn.
No,
Okay?
he's not like a vet though. Like
He's a vet,
I
dude. This
heard
guy's
Temp
been here.
no, I heard Temp say some trolly shit when they were doing the scrims and he was like, "Guys, we need to lock in." And then he goes, "I'm on my vet shit." Like, no, he's so trolly. No, you can't. He's so trolly. You
Dude,
can't, bro.
give me TJ Halley, and I promise you, this camp is turned around.
Hmm.
I'm thinking, sir. I think that
Disagree.
would go from an F tier to solid B
B? Just off
with TJ,
TJ?
just off TJ.
This guy must have the most aura, bro.
TJ Halley's my favorite player of all time. If it,
Bro, that's a crazy shot. That is ridiculous. I can't
I
talk
love
very much
TJ.
though because my favorite player of all time is Nate Shot.
Wait, Nate Shot had aura back in the day.
Bro,
People
he
love
did.
to say he was awful
Bro, he was
because
goated at S&D. One of the greatest bro. In my opinion, he was one of the greatest S&D players.
they don't look at the X Games. They don't look at how
They
impactful
don't.
he was at those X Games.
Bro, they don't.
Scump was getting carried at X Games. They don't know
He
that. They don't know
was.
these stories. He's
Bro.
flexing two X Game gold titles. He's getting carried.
M-Tar Nade? M-Tar Nade, bro? Woo! Different beast. All right,
Oh my God, dude.
I think that's where we're gonna close it out. Thank you guys for tuning in to the third episode. Obviously, the second episode is gonna be uploaded pretty close in time with this one because I was having some PC troubles.
It's like
But
a
you
double
know,
feature.
double feature, a little bit of a hit piece before this. Um, but thank you guys for tuning into the third episode of the season. I'm your boy Rev.
It's Mordo. Everybody wish Rev good luck on his surgery.
Thank you, thank
And
you.
we'll figure out episode 4. But
Yep,
hope you all enjoy.
yep. Catch you later.
All right. Adios.